This girl, a 28-year-old Mologadi Mehlape, successfully orchestrated the murder of her own father, Dr. Johannes Mehlape. And she has been sentenced to life in prison. That time she has left a 21-month-old baby. And apparently all of this is because after her mom's passing, she was told that by a sangomane that the father is responsible for the mother's passing. So when she couldn't succeed via African magic to also delete the father, she made sure she hires hitmen, says she will pay them 200,000. They go into his house, pew, pew, pew. And the guys, this girl succeeded. This one and this one. She pulled that off. King, I'm trying to put myself in her shoes. I lost my mom, my dad, my hero. Then somebody comes and tells me that this your hero is responsible for your mother's passing. Then me, I must take a pew, or I must hire people to delete my hero. Okay, yeah, I know relationships are not the same. Maybe she didn't have a good relationship with her father or whatever.
In the quiet township of Monkwang, outside Polokwane, a brutal murder shook the foundations of a respected family. On December 28, 2023, a beloved education official was killed while sleeping in his home. The killer, his own daughter? Dr. Malekutu Johannes Mehlape was more than just a circuit manager at Limpopo's Department of Education. He was a pillar of his community, a firm believer in education as a tool for liberation. He dedicated his life to improving schools, mentoring teachers, and pushing for equal access for rural learners. At home, he was a father, structured, disciplined, perhaps even rigid. His daughter, Mologadi Magdeline Mehlape, was raised in the very environment her father built, one of rules, reputation, and high expectations. Not much is known publicly about Mologadi's qualifications or career. What is clear, however, is that she lived in the long shadow of her father's accomplishments. Growing up in a household where achievement wasn't just expected, it was demanded. This must have been both inspiring and pressurizing. Imagine being the child of a man known across your province, expected to live up to his name, expected to excel. Every mistake might feel like a crack in a legacy, every disagreement a challenge to an immovable man. Perhaps in this tension, love turned to resentment. And when grief entered the death of her mother, everything unraveled. Enter traditional healer class Magdeline, a man who claimed that Dr. Mehlape was responsible for his wife's death through muthi. Traditional medicine often tied to witchcraft. This wasn't a rumor, and it was a wildfire. And when traditional rituals failed to bring closure, Mologadi turned to a darker resolution. She conspired with 4 others, including family members, to kill her father. Together they agreed to pay 200,000 rand to hire a hitman. The 4 accomplices include Shippo Gabriel Renoto, age 34. Lalajalo Klaas Mogolane, age 34. Her sister-in-law and school principal Malady Meleda Mathelage, 34. Michael Sello Malongo, age 42. This wasn't a spontaneous act. It was planned, premeditated, calculated. The betrayal would be intimate. Mologadi personally unlocked the gate and main door to her father's house in Monkwang Zone 1. The attackers stormed into his bedroom while he slept. He was shot multiple times. His valuables were stolen, including his phone, to stage a robbery. The house robbery story didn't add up. Within days, the SAPs recovered a Ford Ranger double cab believed to have been used in the crime. The murder weapon was found in Zebediela. Evidence tied Mologadi and her co-accused directly to the killing. The betrayal was undeniable. In 2025, Mologadi pleaded guilty to charges of murder and robbery with aggravating circumstances. The plea was made under Section 112(2) of the Criminal Procedure Act. Her lawyer asked the court to consider her role as a mother to a 1-year, 9-month-old girl. State advocate Munewa Rachavumo described the murder as gruesome and heartless and said her remorse was hollow, driven by evidence, not guilt. Her co-accused Renodo, Mogatlain, Mathole, and Malangone will face trials separately. Their charges include conspiracy to murder, robbery, and illegal possession of firearms. Their next court appearance is scheduled for June 20th, 2025.
28-year-old woman tried to bewitch her father, and when that did not work, she got someone to unalive him for 200,000 rand. She will now spend the rest of her life in jail. This is after Mologadi Magdeline Mehlape pleaded guilty to orchestrating the unaliving of her father, Dr. Malekutu Johannes Mehlape, who was a circuit manager at the Limpopo Department of Education. The incident happened on 28 June 2023 at the deceased's home in Mankweng Zone 1, just outside Polokwane. 4 other people also face charges of conspiracy to unalive someone, and their trial has been separated and postponed to 20 June 2025. I am a journalist from South Africa, currently living in South Korea, and I'm bringing news from South Africa and all over the world.
Dr. Mehlape left behind not just an educational legacy, but a broken family. His murder has left colleagues stunned, his community wounded, and a granddaughter without parents. How does a daughter become her father's executioner? Was it grief? Was it belief? Was it pressure or power? Raised in a household of ambition, surrounded by education and structure, Mologadi still collapsed under the weight-off world. In the end, the question remains, what turned love into revenge? What do you think drove Mologadi to this tragic end? Is this preventable? Let us know in the comments. Subscribe for more true stories where crime meets conscience and justice speaks.